And I do want to thank you again for spending your Saturday morning with me. I get so excited today. And I'm using Kunzia this morning because it's just a wonderful oil for helping me with anxiety. I don't know if you've been feeling a little of that during this time. It helps with stress. It helps with joint pain and the nervous system. And what we're really liking about it today is it has a constituent 1.8 cineo in it, which is eucalyptol, which is really, really helpful for my respiratory system. And for me, it's something I really, really need. And what's even better about this oil from Australia is that it's free this month with Essential Rewards program. And you'll be really excited to be able to get that way. I am, for those of you that don't know me, Dr. Nozella, and I'm a doctor of education, and I'm very, very passionate about empowering others to achieve the quality of life that they really, really desire. And professionally, I'm a nutrition educator. I'm a professor, I'm a writer, a speaker, a researcher, and a wellness consultant. And like most women, I really struggle to live that balanced life. One of the things I've learned over all these years is I have to be very, very intentional, and I have to be protective about taking care of me. And that often means taking care of my body and taking time out for myself. I need to invest in my body. And I feel strongly about that because I feel like my body is a gift from God. It's a temple of God. Unfortunately, I am not one of those that has access to nature. I enjoy looking out at my backyard, but I don't have the real pure mountain air that's needed. I don't have spring water that's pure. I have a few potted plants on my deck, but they're not enough to really produce fresh food for me on a daily basis. I just confess, I'm a city girl, okay? I grew up near a dump. I was surrounded by air pollution. My toxic load is already great, and it's put me at a much higher risk for disease. But I have learned some things, and I've been fighting back, and I call myself the urban oiler because of the pure plant oils from Young Living that I have discovered. And I can experience the benefits of nature and the plants that were designed for me through my health, through these essential oils. But first, I'd like to explain that what I'm sharing with you today is not intended to replace the advice of your healthcare provider. It's not intended to diagnose, to treat, to prevent, or to cure any disease. I'm an educator, and I'm committed to helping you have access to all the resources that you deserve that are available to you. My passion is to empower people to take charge of their health and to live according to God's design for them. And I get excited about the way I've been blessed through Young Living over these years as I've studied natural health for over 40 years. And I just really love to share what I've learned, and I continue to learn over this time. If you've been around me in Young Living for any length of time, you will know a little about these essential oils. You'll remember that they're the lifeblood of the plant. You'll know that they're the volatile liquids and the aromatic compounds from the plant leaf and the roots and the flowers and the stems of those plants. And they have been used for ages for wellness cosmetics, for spirituality, and for some emotional support. These oils have many constituents in it that makes me so excited that support all of our health. And you'll know that essential oils and oil infused products are the #1 way to protect your home from harmful chemicals and from toxins, and to protect your health and you for the whole family. Because Young Living is a health and wellness company, we are able to address wellness from a whole body perspective. Young Living makes it easy to get these products in your home through their subscription program. And if you're not familiar with this program, we'll talk about it a little bit later, or talk to someone that you know that's introduced you to Young Living. But hopefully you're ready today to explore some of the benefits of essential oils, because I am really excited to share with you. You see, about 20 some years ago, I got some kind of real nasty flu. And I wasn't getting sick very often then. If you've heard my story, you know, as a young child, I was sick a lot. But by then I had learned a lot and I was doing pretty good. But this flu was really a beast. And when I finally got better, the only thing that was left was this ugly cough. And it wasn't always there, but I'd have these coughing spells, and it would make people think, boy, she's got tuberculosis or something. And I would get these coughing spells at night, and it would frighten me, it would frighten others. I went to a lot of doctors, I did a lot of tests, we took a lot of meds. I was given allergy tests, I was given all kind of asthma meds, and nothing seemed to help. In fact, the meds were making it worse, and the doctor couldn't even believe that. Finally, as I began to study more, I learned that if I could make my immune system stronger and I could watch what I ate, watch my toxic air load, I would cough very rarely. And the essential oils were really key in helping me to gain better respiratory health. Later, I would learn what I'm teaching you today. And now I still have damaged my lungs. I mean, through a lot of years of what I've done. And what happened was that flu was kind of the last straw, and my load just couldn't handle it anymore. So I'm not 100%, and I may never be, because some of the damage that's been done over the years and years that I've talked to you about. But what's been exciting for me is my doctor took asthma off of my charts. Okay, my coughing spells are very, very rare, and usually they are triggered by either poor air quality or a high stress load or poor eating habits, and keeping these in balance has really helped me. And so I just really want to talk to you today about why your air quality is so important. But before we get started, I just want you to think about, as we go through, where you're at, what's your story, and how has your health been, and what are some things that you really want to begin to do. You may want to grab a piece of paper, jot down some things, take some notes, so that you could come away with one or two things that will really help you as you move along on your wellness journey. Let me ask you these questions. Did you realize that there are just three things that are important for your survival? You can live 3 weeks without food. You can live 3 days without water, but you can only live 3 minutes without oxygen. And every time you breathe in life-giving oxygen, we breathe in whatever else is in that air. And what excites me is that essential oils oxygenate the body, so they provide us with that oxygen that we really need. Let's talk about what's in the air you breathe. Look at that. There's the dust, there's the bacteria, there's the viruses, the smoke, there's allergens, pet dander, there's toxic chemicals, there's mold spores. And you need to think about, there's some short-term and some long-term effects of breathing in this air. Short-term, you might have a little sneezing, a little wheezing, a little itchy throat, some watery eyes, itchy skin, hives, nasal congestion, coughing, fatigue, irritability, runny nose, stomach ache. Those are short term, but some of the long-term effects can be lung cancer, stroke, heart disease, shortened life expectancy, a real spike in your stress hormones that can affect your endocrine system and disrupt that system. Heart disease is also a long-term effect, and so is accelerated cognitive aging, your risk factor for Alzheimer's. So what are some of those dangerous air pollutants? One of the main ones has been our scented candles and our air fresheners that we put in. Cleaning products, insect repellents, personal care products, and even perfumes. It's estimated that the average woman uses up to 30 toxic chemicals in the morning, even before breakfast. So what difference does it make? The World Health Organization tells us that air pollution causes more deaths than alcohol, malnutrition, or drugs. And if you think that it's safer to be indoors, in 2017, and that was before, this health pandemic that we've got going on now, the Environmental Protection Agency told us that indoor air was 100 times more polluted than outdoor air. It is one of the top 5 environmental risks to public health. And unfortunately, we spend 90% of our time indoors, and look what we're having to do now. We're indoors even more now because of this global health challenge. We're cleaning more than ever. We're using more products to clean more than ever. And the CDC is really cautioning us about the overuse of household cleaners and disinfectants. There is so much concern about the overuse, misuse of bleach and these disinfectants that people are using, and the need to really be more careful. See, what's happened is we have clinics on every corner and about 6,000 registered hospitals in the United States. And you would think that we were ready for any kind of health challenge. We were ready if anybody got sick. But this global health challenge has really proven that we weren't ready. And I'm asking, what if as a society we would make a shift in our thinking and we were better prepared to do what's called real health care and not just sick care? In other words, instead of reacting to issues, we were proactive in how we cared for ourselves and our health. And I'm saying that we could use this challenge that's going on now to learn that being proactive with our health can really be highly beneficial if we're really willing to do the work individually. So I'm asking you, are you ready to put your health first so that you can have more days with the people that you love, with your children, with your grandchildren, with your friends, with your family? Are you ready to clean up the air you breathe? This is a class that we want to talk about how simple that is. And one of the ways of doing that is thinking about maybe ditch and switch. I know making healthy lifestyle choices isn't easy, and oftentimes we struggle. I mean, do we get the meal that's healthier because we know it costs more than a burger, right? Or maybe we struggle with trying to go and exercise when we just don't feel like it. We don't get enough sleep. Maybe your house is filled with a lot of questionable products and you really don't know where to start. Been there, done that. But making these changes doesn't have to be overwhelming. You can make some really small changes, take some small steps that together add up to big ones. And I tell you, Young Living is here to help you create a wellness lifestyle, starting with the products in your home. Start looking at ditching the chemical-filled, hormone-disrupting cleaners for a plant-based cleaner that's infused with the best essential oils. And that's a great way to start because already you're eliminating bad things from your air. You're doing something that's helping your environment, yourself, and your family. And then maybe you can decide to ditch some toxic things like your shampoo and switch over to one that's had ingredients that are going to be safe for you. Maybe you can move on to replace the laundry soap and so. Small changes really do lead to big results. And one of the biggest things is replacing the candles and the fragrance plugs and beginning to use a diffuser so that you're cleaning up the air at the same time you're eliminating those things that are hurting you. With ingredients that actually support a healthy body, you'll find that Young Living oils and the products are really, really worth the investment. Whether that's starting with skincare, makeup, pets, supplements, whatever, they really do make it easier for you to take care of your health, for your environment, and to improve your life quality. But let's just think about a little bit, what are essential oils and how does Young Living compare to others? You know, remember, essential oils are those liquids extracted from plants, and think about them as plant concentrates. They are used to help a plant stay healthy, and a lot of research shows that's exactly what they do for us as people. So we can use them aromatically, we can use them in our home cleaning, we can use them in our personal care. They support every system of your body, every system. But I must warn you, all essential oils are not the same. According to the FDA, a company only has to put 5% of that pure plant oil in a bottle to be able to label it. The whole bottle is pure. So 5%, and then they add all kinds of solvents and other things to it to say that it's pure. That's not what you're going to get with Young Living, because we have the seed to seal. And what that means is They are the only company that guarantees the quality of the product from the seed that you start with to the sealed bottle that you receive. You can rest assured you're getting a quality product that's made with the highest quality essential oils and other naturally derived ingredients. Let's just check out some of the strict guidelines that they abide by to fulfill this promise to us. I mean, all of their plant material is grown on corporately owned farms. And if not, then they carefully vet other partner farms. They use the most sustainable farming and sourcing practices. That provides us with a very pure oil. They take a lot of care to preserve and protect the natural resources. So they're not doing things to hurt the environment. And that is something that's key. None of their fields use pesticides, not at all. And they really work with the oils to retain all of the natural constituents and all the therapeutic properties that an oil can have. Even the distilleries are food grade and they're state of the art. So the materials that the oils pass through are not passing on toxic constituents to you. They use low pressure and they also use a very low temperature to distill. So that it's not so concerned about how fast it's distilled, but in doing it this way, they don't use solvents to distill it. You are only getting the pure oil. And they use this rigorous testing for every batch. In fact, they test every batch with 20 tests. Okay, they do that 3 times and they do that twice during the production of the products. And then they carefully review every step of that production to make sure that it's meeting the highest industry standard. In fact, they set the standard for the purity of oils. It takes 20 people over a week to test each batch of their oils. I mean, that is a commitment. And if the oils don't meet their standards, and I have seen this happen, they totally reject it. And that may mean at times that we don't get an oil as a consumer, but that's better than them sending us something so that they make the money and that may damage our health. And I really appreciate that. You may ask, just for a review, how do you use the oils? And that's what's so wonderful. They're just so easy to do. So I just want to explain a little bit about this because it's so simple. I mean, you can use them topically, meaning that you just take a bottle of oil, apply it on your wrist, on your neck, your foot, rub them in. You just don't want to get them in your ears and you don't want to get them in your eyes. But if you do, don't rinse with water. Instead, use a fatty carrier oil like olive oil or coconut oil on that area. Another thing to keep in mind is that some oils are gentle enough that you can just put on directly on your skin. Others, you may notice there's a little heat, a little irritation. Simply putting on, again, that fatty oil, that carrier oil like coconut or grapeseed oil or sweet almond oil eases that just quickly. And generally for children and elderly, you want to dilute a little bit before you put the oil on. We also love the fact that we can use the essential oils aromatically. You just open the bottle and just breathe in, do some deep breathing. It's that simple. Or add it to your diffuser and enjoy the real therapeutic benefits from diffusing that also help purify your air. Or just put a drop on your palm and rub your hands together and cup your hands over. I call that the scent tent. And breathe deeply and enjoy it. No matter how you do it, you'll still reap the benefits. And diffusing the essential oils is one of the best ways to purify your air, to enjoy the health benefits of the oils. We just did a 10-day expert diffuser challenge. Many of you were part of that. And we sent this out through email for many of you. Go back through that because this is really a very good way for purifying the air, helping your health. And we also have that mini course in our Naturally Nozella Facebook group. Also, you can use the oils internally. And here it's very important that you're only using oils that are labeled to be used internally. But in doing that, you just add a drop of a vitality oil to an empty capsule, or you could put a drop in a cup of tea or in water. You can even cook with them. I mean, you should try just using a little lemon vitality in your yogurt or a toothpick of oregano in spaghetti sauce. I mean, awesome. Peppermint, just a drop or two, is wonderful in brownies. And remember, though, that the citrus oils are known to kind of break down petrochemicals like plastics. And so you really want to make sure that you're using oils in containers that are stainless steel or glass or ceramic um, uh, to be safest. Now, before we go any further, I want to make sure that you know the difference between the Vitality oils that have the white label and the regular oils that have the color label. The Vitality oils are labeled for internal and dietary use so they can be ingested. The solid colored bottles are labeled for aromatic and topical use. However, they are the same oil. The only difference is the color on the label, and it just makes it easier for us to know which oils can be safely ingested. The Essential Oils Premium Starter Kit comes with 5 Vitality oils. That'll be Peppermint Vitality, Lemon Vitality, Thieves Vitality, Citrus Fresh Vitality, and Digest Vitality. But guess what? These oils also come in the solid colored bottles, which means they can be used aromatically and topically. It's just wonderful. It's kind of easy. So let's just talk about these. Lavender. I always start with lavender because it's probably the most well-known essential oil. It's the one we always call the Swiss Army knife because it's extremely versatile and it can be used for so many things. So if there's one oil that you want to start with, it would be lavender. And being that I'm not a doctor and I can't diagnose or treat or prescribe anything, I would recommend that you actually use a reference book or a reference app to get more detail about the many ways that this can help with specific health challenges that you may be going through. And connect with me if you have questions about what kind of reference guide that might be useful. But what's so great about lavender? Well, it promotes the feelings of calm due to its really balancing properties. It will really work against nervous tension, and it really helps and cleanse and soothe skin irritations. It can really help to reduce some of the appearance of blemishes that we may have. It supports aging skin. It's really, really soothing if we've been in the sun too much. And did you know lavender does come in the Vitality version? Okay. So it improves sleep, with sleeplessness. It supports general wellness, contains cleansing and antioxidant properties. So that again helps with purifying that air, and it really supports the skin and the health, hair and the nails, the nervous system, in the cardiovascular system. So it's one you can take as a dietary supplement. Again, the oils are very oxygenating, so it's helping getting that oxygen into your blood as well. Let's talk about frankincense, okay? Macadamia oils, okay? And it's in the starter kit too. And what it does is amazing. I mean, you probably heard about it, how the wise man brought Jesus some frankincense, and this is real frankincense. Again, remember, this is not the kind that just has a few drops of frankincense and other things added to it. Because frankincense really, it promotes the healthy looking skin, but it reduces some of the problems that we have with uneven skin tones, but it has that sweet honey-like and woodsy fragrance. So it's really uplifting. It's very, very safe and comforting when it's diffused in the environment. And it enhances your spiritual and meditative practice, which really adds to your emotional health. And it's just really perfect for grounding and for your spiritual connectedness. And so breathing that in is just really important. Again, oxygenating your cells. It comes in the Vitality version as well, and just has so many wonderful properties. We know that it really does support the respiratory system. And again, the skin, the nails, the hair. It's just overall just wonderful way of improving our air quality, oxygenating our bodies as well, and also contributing to our wellness. Panaway, I smell it and I just go, because just like the name, it has that good old fashioned smell that just, it's like, I gotta have this oil. I mean, it just opens up my ability to breathe. I mean, and mainly it's because it has that wintergreen in it. It has helichrysum in it. It has clove, it has peppermint, all that. It's a refreshing fragrance, but it's really cooling. And so putting it on your shoulders and your neck and your scalp really assists in opening up and allowing you to breathe. And it just offers that really refreshing, stimulating aroma when you inhale it. And part of the reason is because it has a very natural occurring constituent called methylcellulite, and that's the same thing that you see in aspirin. Okay, it's often seen in a lot of painkillers, but they are synthetic. They are not the real oil. So when you're using Panaway, you're getting the real thing going there. And then another one that really opens up the breath is Raven. Okay, it's a blend, and if you're talking about breathing and breathing well, I just love it because it has Ravensour in it, has peppermint. It's got Eucalyptus radiata. That's the one we're going to give away today during our drawing. It has lemon in it, and it has wintergreen in it as well. And so it creates that cooling sensation. It provides a very comforting aroma when you apply it to your chest and your throat. So you find yourself breathing it in just by applying it there. It has a real refreshing kind of experience when you diffuse it. Again, it's getting that, improving that air quality that you have. It's also excellent for exercise and making sure that your air quality is really wonderful when you're doing some exercise. And that in itself gives us that kind of boost of energy, and it just motivates us through the day. It's just a great way. I really recommend diffusing this for that stuffy environment, for that really poor air quality. Add a few drops to a washcloth when you're in the shower, in a hot shower, and just kind of drop that on the bathtub or in the shower. I sometimes just like to drop a few drops right on the tub and let the steam come up. Again, I'm breathing in that wonderful benefits of that oil. You could add a few drops of a carrier oil like V6 and use it as a massage. Again, massaging it on the chest, on the shoulders, all that is going to really help with the breathing as well. And next I want to talk about Valor. Okay, this one is a blend that I had from the very beginning, and it's one that helped me kind of rest as well. It has black spruce in it, it has blue tansy, it has camphor wood, geranium, and frankincense. And it just really encourages this positive attitude, but it promotes feelings of courage and confidence. So as you're able to breathe better, you're feeling more confident and more positive, more able to go about your day. It has that kind of woodsy grounding aroma, but it's really great for massaging, again, getting that oxygen rich essential oil into your cells, and it helps freshen the air when it's diffused. It creates that uplifting environment that we want, and it also really helps benefit the skin as well. So using that on a regular basis, and oftentimes using it on the bottom of the feet, kind of help that oil to move up through my whole body when I use it. Another one that really was helpful, and this was helpful as I was working through my challenges with respiratory issues and having trouble sleeping. I was diffusing like the Raven or one of the eucalyptuses, but the peace and calming sometimes, and even with the Valor, really helped my body to relax and calm down and to be able to sleep well. This name, it just says it all when we talk about what this oil is, and it is the one that I go to when I'm really feeling tense, and I just need to calm it down a little bit. Remember I talked to you about with my coughing, part of that was being able to just calm down, because the more I coughed, the more nervous I got, the more I tightened up, the worse it would get. And so being able to calm myself down, this was the oil that was very helpful in doing that. And what I like about it is it can be worn as a perfume, and so I can use it as in diffuser jewelry and always have it available, so I'm breathing it in on a regular basis, putting it on my wrist. It's a really good way to replace some of the toxic colognes and perfumes that you're using, with this particular fragrance. And children love it. So oftentimes parents will put just a drop or two in the homemade Play-Doh that the children are playing with, and it really helps them enjoy that time, but also they get the benefits from it. It has ylang-ylang in it, it has orange, it has tangerine, it has patchouli, it has blue tansy in it. Wonderful, wonderful blends. And tangerine and orange, we know, have the highest quality of naturally occurring constituents of limonene. And limonene is really, really wonderful for wellness. I really encourage you to look that up. And peace and calming just really freshens the air. It's good for exercise and for children. So remember, because it contains a citrus oil, it's considered photosensitive, and that would mean you wouldn't want to put it on your skin at a time that you're going directly into the sun. There needs to be 12 hours between when you put it on, and if it's going to be exposed, some parts of your body are going to be exposed to the sun. So just keep that in mind. Stress Away is another member that's really, really important, because just as its name suggests, okay, it kind of helps the stress go away. And it also comes in the starter kit. It's one, though, that I find people often are saying, I need this on a monthly basis, and they're sharing with people that way. It's because a blend is just a unique combination. It has a lime essential oil, and it has a little vanilla extract in it. And it contains copaiba, cedarwood, which is known for rest, acacia, and lavender. And it's just an incredible blend, as that all that comes together to help with relaxation, to help calm the environment. And the aroma is known to calm the mind. But again, you create that environment as you diffuse it, that is very, very positive and kind of cleansing. It's one that people oftentimes put a roller ball on it, and they can just roll it on. And a roller ball often comes in the starter kit, so you would have one of those to put on there. Again, it's one of those that has a citrus oil in it, so you'd want to be careful, because you could find it's photosensitive, and you don't want to put it on and let the skin be exposed when you're in direct contact with the sun. There needs to be that 12 hours of time between when you put it on and the sun, the direct contact with the sun. But it is just wonderful, wonderful for just calming, and what it does to the environment when it's diffused. Now, lemon vitality. This comes in the starter kit, and it's one where, it can be ingested, and it just adds a brightness and a dynamic flavor to any dishes with just one drop. Okay. You can use it with fish, you can use it with chicken. I use it with my lemonade, pies, cakes. It's just wonderful using that way. People love it when they are making popsicles, homemade popsicles, smoothies, all of these, wonderful and tasting. But even diffusing it, it just raises the positive attitude. And it's interesting because lemon and orange are ones that often retailers will diffuse in their stores, because it has a positive attitude. It makes people feel cheery and better. And of course, they'll want to buy more, right, when they have it. But it also has antioxidant properties, and it really, really, really supports the immune system, because it has that limonene in it, and it provides a circulatory support, and it has really very strong cleansing properties. It's one of the oils that's cold pressed from the rind of the fruit, so it doesn't contain a high acid content, which people are also always concerned about. And so it's one that's not hard on your tooth enamel. It's really easy on that. And it comes in a solid label bottle when it's when it's not in the premium starter kit. So again, it's one that can be diffused, it can be used topically, but it also can be ingested. And we'll just talk a little bit about peppermint. I think this is normally one of the first oils that people get, okay, because we're so familiar with it. It reminds us a lot of childhood memories with peppermint. But I'll just tell you, the first time I got it, I was really disappointed. It smelled okay, but it didn't really help me in the ways that I thought it would help. I thought it would support my digestive system and things like that. That was before I didn't realize all oils are not created equal. So when you have a peppermint oil that is pure, it will support that gastrointestinal system. It enhances that healthy gut function. It really does. It helps you to maintain a very efficient digestive tract, and it supports even when you're trying to have a little more energy, when you're exercising, when you eat a big meal and you're feeling a little discomfort, just rubbing a little on your tummy really helps with that. It just has that refreshing minty flavor that we're kind of familiar with peppermint. And there's just so much more because it's not just a flavoring. You get all the benefits from using this oil, and it can be used because it's vitality. It can be used in your cooking, in teas, in water, or you can put it in a veggie cap if you're really wanting to support your digestive system. And it too comes in a solid label bottle, so it's the same oil. It can be used all three ways: internally, topically, or aromatically. One of my favorites is Digest, because as you know, in addition to the respiratory challenges I've had a lot of digestive challenges, and this is really a powerhouse for the digestive system. It really works quickly. It really does. It's a blend of tarragon, ginger, peppermint, juniper, fennel, lemongrass, anise, and patchouli, all essential oils you may have heard about to help with the digestive system, but they've been put together in this wonderful blend. A lot of research has been done on how this really works together. And this is one where you can just put a few drops into a capsule and take it directly. It gives really quick relief. It just really supports and cleanses the digestive system. And it's really a good companion to work with your enzyme supplements when you're taking it with a meal. And it too has the antioxidant properties. So digesting, again, you're going to get the effects of the oxygen, the cellular level, and in your environment. Just remember, it too comes in a solid label, so it can be used in all three ways to support your health. And then the Citrus Fresh Vitality is just a gem because it mixes the orange, the grapefruit, the mandarin, the tangerine, the lemon, the peppermint essential oils, and it puts them all together. So you're getting all the qualities of the citrus oils that really help with wellness, that have that limonene in it, that support your health. You're getting all of that the health benefits, but it's also awesome in terms of adding it to your food or your drinks, or you can even take it internally in a capsule. It just gives a little punch, to your chicken or your salmon or any of those gourmet salads that you're fixing. And I have found it really tastes wonderful if you're putting it in your Ningxia Red, that antioxidant powerhouse drink that comes up a little later when we talk. But don't forget, again, these are citruses, so you don't want to use a plastic container when you're working with these oils. You want glass or ceramic or stainless steel, because these oils break down petrochemicals, which is something we want to do because these are oils that you can use to get rid of adhesives and things like that. But I just think with the Citrus Fresh, it's just so invigorating. And remember, it contains a lot of antioxidant properties. It supports overall wellness, and those cleansing properties. Can't stress that enough. And it includes that naturally occurring constituents, that limonene and carvine, both of which have lots of research on how they really support health. So I really, really encourage you to look up more of that if you're interested in it. And again, the Citrus Fresh also comes in a bottle that is the solid label bottle. So you can use it internally, aromatically, or diffuse it. So it's like you can use it all three ways that we do use with our oils. And then let's talk about the Thieves Vitality, okay? In a way, I kind of say the best for last, okay? Because it is probably the most powerful combination of oils, probably ones you heard the most about. It has that sweet and spicy combination. It has clove, cinnamon bark, eucalyptus radiata, the one we're going to give away today, rosemary, and lemon essential oils. And people always say, where did you get that name thieves from? Well, it was inspired by the legend of the four 15th century French thieves who formulated and wore this special aromatic combination of clove, rosemary, vinegar, and some other botanicals that they believed provided protection while they were stealing. Okay. And the story goes on to say that when the thieves were caught, they were offered a lesser punishment if they would divulge to the king their secret for immunity. And despite being exposed to all these highly infectious, deadly diseases, they didn't get sick. Okay. So this blend is based on that. And it provides support for the immune system. It's very cleansing for the digestive system. It contains lots of antioxidants in it. And it just really provides general health. And that's why it's wonderful for diffusing as well in the air. Just I like to use it when I'm going to hospitals, when I'm working with those that have been sick or ill. I oftentimes wear my thieves. I might dab it on, have it on my hands. I oftentimes diffuse it if they allow me to do that in the hospital, or I have a portable diffuser that I use with me. People like to use it in their food, in their drink. It works well in Ningxia Red. There's just endless ways of using that thieves. And it comes, again, in the solid bottle. So you can get it in the Vitality or in the solid bottle, which means that you can use it topically, you can use it internally, or you can use it aromatically. You are going to get a benefit. And especially when you're trying to really work at improving your wellness and improving the quality of the air in your home, and increase enhance your wellness, then you definitely want to be using this thieves in many, many ways. So one more product I'm going to talk about, because it comes in the starter kit, and it's part of, if you heard me talk at the beginning, part of my journey included using the essential oils and improving my diet and my exercise. And so Ningxia Red has been really a key supplement for me because it's a whole body supplement. It's a blend of, I know it sounds funny to say, but the Ningxia wolfberry, also known as the goji berry, is a super fruit. And Ningxia comes from, there's lots of goji berries, but Ningxia comes from a province in China where it has been protected from all the other things that would contaminate the air, the soil, the way it's grown. And so it has some of the purest, the way that it's harvested and all that is so pure and protected that it has the highest amount of constituents for wellness. And it's what we call just a superfruit, because in addition to that, the Ningxia Red includes plum, it includes aronia, it includes cherry, it includes blueberry, and it also has pomegranate juices in it and extracts and just a little bit of vanilla extract. And it also adds the essential oils of lemon, orange, yuzu, and tangerine. So that combination is an incredibly high antioxidant formula, and it has a high antioxidant rating because of that. And we know that antioxidants make an unfriendly environment for free radicals. So if you don't want the effects of free radicals on your body, which we get a lot of them from the toxic air and things, and the things we put on our body, then this is a way, the Ningxia Red is a way to fight that. And we know it supports overall body wellness. It really supports your normal cellular function. It supports normal energy levels and eye health. And again, it's so rich in the antioxidants and in that D-limonene. Remember, we talked about that, how much and how important it is for health. And what's great about it, you can drink it like it is. You can add it to smoothies. You can make popsicles. I've made gummies with it. And it's recommended that you only need about 1 to 2 ounces a day, unless you really have some major health challenges going on, and then you want to increase it during that time. One other thing I want to talk about in terms of keeping our air pure is looking at the sanitizers. As I mentioned to you, the CDC is very concerned because people are starting to use more disinfectants, more sanitizers, more bleaches, and it's actually hurting them, and it's counterproductive. And so what we want to look at is the Thieves Spray and the Thieves Hand Sanitizer. And these come in the premium starter kit, so it's kind of wonderful. But this hand sanitizer kills 99.9% of germs, and it eliminates common harmful bacteria, okay? But it's formulated with powerful essential oils and plant-based ingredients instead of synthetics, instead of what will be harmful for you, harmful for the air, harmful for the environment. It also, which many people I hear say this, it lightly moisturizes the skin because it has aloe vera in it, and it has a little vegetable glycerin in it, so it's not drying. And it's really perfect because you can just take it with you wherever you are. I have a bottle everywhere, okay? It doesn't leave any chemical residue behind, and it does not have any petrochemicals, no mineral oil, no paraffins, no sulfates, no phthalates, no synthetic fragrances, no synthetic dyes, preservatives, or any toxic ingredients. I mean, it's unbelievable. So here's a product that you can safely use, especially during this time. And then there's a Thieves Spray that we like to, the other kind of sprays people are walking around spraying everything with, okay, that is really harmful to our air and all. But the Thieves Spray contains naturally derived plant-based ingredients. It doesn't require any rinsing after you use it. So I can just spray it on all my doorknobs. I spray it on the packages that come in through the mail. I spray it in the restroom, on everything. I can just spray it when I go to hotels. I spray everything down with my Thieves Spray, but because it doesn't require any rinsing. And I can just throw it into my purse, my luggage, wherever I'm going. It's very easy to take with me. It cleans a lot of different surfaces, counters, sinks, toilets, door handles. I haven't had any problem with that. It's just really safe for the whole family, including your children and pets. And that's really what we want. We want to be safer, even though we're talking about being healthier and we need these protocols in place. And what I didn't mention, I forgot to mention, we were talking about a little bit about how you can get these in a starter kit, and how educational this is. But what's excellent is that you can get these at a reduced price of like 24% off the retail, which usually doesn't happen. It's almost half price. So you can have a kit that has these oils in it that will help protect your health and your environment all in one. And there's a diffuser there. So you're really working in one easy way to begin to help make a difference in the air that you're breathing. And there's also, I think I mentioned to you before, there's that Essential Wars loyalty program that makes it even easier for you. It's a subscription program where you get discounted shipping, you earn rewards and points, and you get free gifts, loyalty gifts, and you get access to a lot of promotions and discounted bundles. And so that's another way to really, really save money. And if you're interested in that, I really recommend that you go to our website, youngliving.com, or talk to me or whoever invited you onto this call, and we can tell you quickly how you can get started, because it is a way to save money. And I know that we really are concerned about how we're spending our dollars there. I want to really at this time thank you so very much for coming in this morning. I always appreciate you spending your Saturday morning with me. And I really believe, strongly believe, that it's so important that we begin to know what we're putting in our air, what we're putting on our bodies, how we can take charge of our health in ways that we can be safe, we can be healthier. And I believe these oils and these products really need to be in every home, and starting with yours, starting with mine, and that this wellness lifestyle has just been such a blessing, and we want to make sure that we are blessing others with that. So I do want to thank you, and I encourage you to contact me if you have more questions. We will take a little time to talk about some of those. Take a few questions, I think, if we have time. um,